Hi, I'm Tony Russo, and this is In Case You Missed It from Kates-Boylston for the week ending Friday, November 1st, 2024. Rabbit. First up, Service Corporation International posted its earnings on October 30th, so Wednesday, and they announced that they had made 79 cents per share, which met estimates and was 1 penny over this time last year. It has beaten estimates in 2 of the last 4 quarters, and for the quarter it earned $1.01 billion, which was just over the estimate of $1 billion by Zacks. There's a lot more to report on this, and I'm actually in the middle of writing the story for you, so subscribers of Funeral Service Insider will get a full story either late Friday or early Monday. Stay tuned, watch your mailboxes. Similarly, Carriage announced its third quarter earnings this week, and they reported a profit of $9.9 million. The Houston-based company recorded earnings of 63 cents per share, 64 cents when you count non-recurring expenses. In addition, Carriage exceeded Wall Street expectations and generated $100.7 million in revenue for the quarter, which beat the $93.5 million expected. Carriage has been having a really good couple of quarters, coming off a tough time where, again, this time last year it looked like they were going to get sold, and things were kind of struggling along, but they've really turned things around over there. And again, more for Funeral Service Insider subscribers. Check your inbox. As soon as I get it written, I'll send it your way. It was a quiet-ish week, and yesterday was I know that a lot of funeral homes do a big deal for Halloween, and there were a lot of announcements about funeral homes that had sponsored big Halloween events. Actually, in the October 31st edition of Funeral Service Insider, we profiled Schuetz Funeral Homes in Ohio, Mingo Junction, Ohio, and one of their big things is they have a sponsor an event in the park with a couple of the other merchants that draws like 2,200 people. So I know this was a busy week. There were a lot of announcements about Halloween events that I chose to leave out of the In Case You Missed It. But if you're having those events, good on you. There is a cemetery park trying to open in Manitoba, Ontario, Canada. It is called the Memorial Woodland Preserve, and the idea is they're trying to get people to commit to buying plots before they finish making themselves a company. It's an odd plan that they're kind of trying to get off the ground, but the idea is you'll buy your plot in advance. It'll be about $3,000, and when you die, they will take your remains and plant your remains with a tree, and then eventually turn the open land that they purchased into a forest. It's funny. I was speaking with Peter Quakenbush, who's trying to open a conservation cemetery in Michigan, and I had kind of offhandedly said to him that you don't really need to do anything to have a conservation cemetery, and he mentioned this very thing, that you can build them if it's something that you're interested in doing. So we'll keep an eye on this. This is an early days story. They're really just looking for funding at this point, but there will be, as always, a link in the show notes. And there is another abandoned corpse case in the news. This time, Chris Johnson, 39, of Douglas, Georgia, was charged with abuse of a dead body. At the time of this reporting, there were approximately, I've seen 18 and 17 bodies found that were uncremated in his embalming room and around unrefrigerated in the offices. And this is another one where people have been complaining for a while, and people have been having trouble getting their cremains back from him. There was also a dog and a cat that hadn't been cremated. And again, bad look for everybody all the way around. So we're going to follow this story. I'm looking at doing a follow-up story on like how these things go so badly so quickly. And if you are a funeral home owner or manager, or if you work in a crematory and you have a sense of how people can let this kind of thing slip away from them, I would love to talk to you. You can reach out to me, russo@kbpublications.com. Link in the show notes will get you right to Funeral Service Insider, and you can leave me a message from there. This has already made the rounds, but seriously, in case you missed this one, there is new leadership at Tribute Technology. The company's CEO, Charlie Cole, has left, and he has taken three members of the C-suite have left, and they're being replaced by a team that will work together to kind of run Tribute Tech going forward. Key executives including newly appointed president of commercial markets, Courtney Gould Miller, and chief technology officer, Matt Powell, along with chief operating officer and chief financial officer, when they're replaced, will be running the show over at Tribute. There's more on that. Actually, they announced today, Thursday, as I record this, that they'll be having a kind of a webinar to announce more, I guess, of what they plan to do. Link to that in the show notes. I'm trying to do some independent reporting on that. We'll see how that turns out. And if I find anything worth telling you, I will tell you in Funeral Service Insider, the newsletter. This is the part where I remind you that you should consider subscribing to Funeral Service Insider, the newsletter. It is a weekly newsletter. I do things like this for all of our readers, but for Funeral Service Insider readers, we provide exclusive and original reporting every week, which is something no one else is doing. That means I sit down, I try to find something I think you guys should know about, and then I write a story about it, and I write it for you. I write it for our subscribers. So thank you for subscribing. If you do subscribe, if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. We're running a special in the coming weeks for $99. It's usually closer to $350. So for $99, you can get Funeral Service Insider for the year. And I want to tell you, as the editor of Funeral Service Insider, every time I write a story, every story I choose, I keep in mind that this is for paying subscribers and to try to live up to their expectations of what a paid subscription should deliver. So, and if you're a subscriber and you want to tell me that I'm doing a good or bad job, please reach out to me via the show notes or email me, russo@kbpublications.com. In case you missed it, is a Kates-Boylston production. It was written and edited by me, Tony Russo. I say it every time. Please subscribe where you're listening. Oh, I'm sorry. It was also videoed by me. If you're listening on our regular podcast feed, I should let you know that we have a YouTube channel where I do these every Friday. They come out. If you want to see what I look like when I'm talking, that's the place to do it. Again, subscribe wherever you're listening now, or follow if you're on Apple. Check out the show notes, and also there are stories that I don't share with you on this video because there's no time or because it just doesn't feel right. So if you go to Kates-Boylston.com, you can go to industry news and you will see all of the relevant press releases and quick shot reporting of happenings around the industry. Also, if you go to the In Case You Missed It section of Funeral Service Insider, same thing, stories from this video and also stories that didn't make the cut for this video. All of those are free to read at Kates-Boylston.com. Link in the show notes, and we will catch you next time.